Hello, boys and girls. We're back, of course, with the gloriousness, the wonderfulness that is Hearts of Iron. And poor old Ron is about to get twatted. No, I'm kidding. We're not even at that situation yet. For those of you who are not aware, that is the Anschluss of Austria, and that doesn't happen until 1st of March 1938. So we shall have to wait, and we still got the reoccupation of the Rhineland to occur. So that's the situation at the moment. So in the meantime, what I'm doing is I'm trying to build up forces now, because I know for a fact. No, don't move. Stay there. I'm trying to build up forces because I know for the inevitable, and so I'm trying to build up forces closer towards Belgium and Holland. Now, the reason for that, obviously, is because, as with the standard thing, I'm probably going to go through Belgium into France eventually, as you can see from these organisational plan maps. Now, also, bear in mind that I am building up forces around here because I will need to go into take over the this area around here, which I think is Czechoslovakian Sudetenland, I think. And so obviously we'll have to deal with those guys. And then obviously the inevitable push into Poland. So what I might start doing then is start building up the forces a lot more in Poland. So if we change to our political map mode, there you go, there you can see there's Poland there. So that's what this is. They're lighter there because that's the intelligence and information that we're getting from that particular area. So if we look at production, you can see production is pretty much fluid, and we don't need so much of them. Consumer goods, keep them there. So you can see here more tank, artillery. There you go. The Bismarck and the Tirpitz are being built. And obviously we're going to start building our first aircraft carrier, which is something that Germany generally historically did not have. So hopefully that will enable us to increase our reach, our general reach of the army. So, and you can see industrial capacity in columns being upgraded. Panzer divisions are in the process of being built. So what we're going to do is we're going to unpause it and put it up to three marks. So that's in the process now. Now you can see here more infantry divisions coming in as well. They won't be here until February 1938, so we've got to wait for that. And you can see here the production is only, industrial capacity is limited, so we're prioritising our production at this current moment. So you can see the passage of time and continuing there, and that's really just about it. I mean, there's nothing much else that I can do except for continue to build. Now obviously I put some troops down here for the eventual annexation of Austria, and predominantly put troops there so that they can push straight in. So if we, there you go, see, so that straight into Wein in Austria, and then obviously other troops here, some of these guys. So Gerbejäger Regiment, okay, I won't even ask, but I think they're anti-tank brigades, yeah. So, and they're mountain brigades, as they've got to go through the mountains. Yeah, that's fine. Anti-tank, and then obviously I need to put some more infantry along there as well. So, and that's an anti-air brigade in case we get any kind of air coming over the top. But predominantly, well, let's look at this. We have improved our abilities in electronic engineering, giving us a benefit. So electronic engineering theory decay and electronic engineering theory +1. So let's actually have a look at the technology options. So you can see spotting here is part of the naval traditions, and we're working on submariner stuff and obviously light tanks, chemical engineering research. So let's see what else we've got in here, because we could, let's have a look at secret. Now, we've got radar, you can see there, nuclear bomb. We have no nuclear reactors, and civil nuclear research, which would be that one, which we can't even do until 1943. I mean, we've got nuclear research at level 1, and that's in the process of being done. And this one here, 1942 isotope separation, could mean that we could move towards that. Now, you can see here that electronic computing machine we don't get until 1941. Encryption machine. Let's put that to the top, because what that will do is improve encryption generally and security of our transmissions. So you can see there that everything is going according to plan. We've got diplomacy up, put that down to 8. Officers, let's see how our officers looking. Yeah, 140% for officers, so that's good. And our espionage is remaining relatively okay. So our numbers here up the top are very good in that respect. So let's look at intelligence. So you can see covert operations. We've got 27 covert op points. And here we go. Our political group, covert, is not strong enough to organise a coup in there. So what we'll do is we'll drop that down to 2. And then we'll put that up there. So that we want to try and support our party. So that's going to be the main option there. And then obviously Austria over here, their party position is too strong. So that should be, take that off and put that on. So that's part of the reason why that wasn't working. But we've got the covert op points that we need in order to do it. So let's have a look. There's Austria, Czechoslovakia, France. As you can see, it's just standard stuff going on there. Let's see. I think we'll start working towards some covert operations for those guys, and we'll do counter espionage. So you can see here, these guys continuing to build up quite significantly. Let's check Poland. You can see they're putting land forts in. They're putting convoys. They're putting another land fort in Danzig. Nationalist Spain. Right now, let's have a look at Diplo, because we want to go to Nationalist Spain and see if we can invite them. Right, so it's being influenced by them at the moment. Their highest threat. Where is Nationalist Spain? Oh, there we go. So, here we go. So you can see here Japan is a member, and then once we've obviously gone far enough, then we can invite them in. Yugoslavia, Bulgaria, Switzerland and Sweden. Denmark is drifting towards the Axis. Norway, right. Let's see if we can influence the Norwegians to drift towards us, and the Finns as well. So what we'll do is, now that will give us 20 a day, and that will take down that level of diplomatic influence. So it might only mean that we can influence for a few days, but that might actually change the general direction. So there's obviously these guys. Now, no, that won't work. So we should just have to wait and see how it turns out. So those are all allies. So they're mostly Africans. There we go. So using diplomatic influence on Norway and also on Finland. Now, for those people who are not aware, obviously, there's Norway. And the mighty Finns are here. So they're bordering onto Russia. So that gives us an opportunity to deal with it. Now, obviously, Norwegians, those were taken by Germany. And obviously Finland was invaded by Russia. And it's only a matter of time before the likes of these Balkan countries, Latvia and these areas here, I think there's a Latvia, Estonia and all that kind of stuff, will get taken as well. So let's see how things turn out. Now, speaking of that, what are Italy doing? Yeah, so we're influencing Italy. Hopefully they will move down. There you go, see, they're nearly part of our axis, so that's good. Okay, so actually, let me look at that. What's this? Normal AI control. Okay, right. So let's continue with the clock and see how it goes. Okay. So. Let's see. So there's Paris, and there's the very small town country of Luxembourg. Hello to any Luxembourgians out there. Or is it Luxembourgians or Luxembourgers? I don't know. I'm not even sure how it would be pronounced in that case. So, what we're doing, obviously, is we're just waiting for the production to continue. You know what we're going to do is we're going to move that down to the bottom. And we're going to move these guys up to the top because I want these infantry divisions in quickly. Oh, pardon me. Now, let's see. Okay, so they're coming in February. So those guys will arrive before what will be the doodah of what's it? Yes, that. No, where's it gone? Here we go. The Anschluss of Austria. So they'll arrive a month before the Anschluss, which is just what we want. Now, the only drawback that I see here is having troops in here means that they can be attacked from Poland and from Austria, and that's a bit of a concern. So I might just keep some of those guys there, but put a large majority of the force sort of here. But as you can see, there's all these land forts to worry about. But we do still have forces over here. But that's Czechoslovakia, so you know what? I won't worry about that. What I will do is I fail at geography so hard. But anyway, these things do not matter, he says, going into world domination. If he doesn't know which direction he's going, it's going to be an interesting war. So, we can move over to the likes of Landshut and Straubing and Deggendorf and Passau. Put forces in there. Austria has cancelled the trade agreement. Okay, fine. You don't want our fuel. That's fine with me. Now, one thing that is quite interesting is that there are oil areas in Odessa and places like that. So, up here is Kiev. Down here is Dubrovnik. Oh God, I wish I hadn't said that now. And obviously there's Rostov over there. So what we could be looking for, because this is the River Volga here, as far as I'm aware. So it could be that we're looking to try and take this place round in Yalta and Sevastopol and places like that, because also over here will be the oil fields that they use, and if we can neutralize those, that will be a great thing, because obviously that's going to be a key. It's Leningrad. And there's Smolensk, Yansk, Kursk, Orel. There, of course, is Moscow. So, obviously, Minsk is going to be probably one of the first cities taken. Now, what we could do is that as a sea-bound fort. If we end up taking parts of Romania or taking Romania, we could move into Russia and literally bypass that sea fort, take Odessa and move across there. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself because the war's not actually got that far though. Where's our inefficient research? Let's see. See, 33333, light artillery, light artillery, light artillery. So we're just going to go ahead and research shit anyway. So, actually, you know what? No, that's a little bit of a cop-out. Let's move to fighters. So those are all developed. Now it's coming up to 1939. Let's get some of these in. There we down the bottom. So, aero engine to the top. Small fuel tank. Single engine. Boom. So we start getting serious amounts of bombery goodness. And here we go, medium fuel tank, twin engine airframes. See, some of these things. See, look at this. See, we've got those two. So I think also we go for the 4 engine frames and the cargo hold and the strategic bombers, because I want to be able to bomb them back into the Stone Age, so to speak. So we'll see. We'll put those ones in as well. There we go. So they'll be in there as well. So they'll come in September 1939, so it's not too bad. So, capital ships, they're fine. We've got escort carrier. Let's get aircraft carrier technology in. So we've got better than just escort carriers. We've got proper aircraft carriers. So the fighters in the process of being developed, because we want to be able to create good multi-role fighters. The bombers, we're in the process of developing these 4 engine massive bombers. The escorts we seem to be doing okay with. Armour, as you can see, we're focusing on the light tanks. And let's see, let's get some of the medium tanks together as well, as we're a little bit behind on that, as you can see. And infantry is looking okay across the board, as you can see. Cavalry we probably don't need to worry about. We've done motorized infantry. Marine infantry, that will be helpful. And airborne as well. So thank you for the autosave, you wonderful thing. Let's put those 2 guys, airborne and infantry, up the top there. And then what we'll do also is change that. Change the espionage down a bit. Actually, no, we've got to change that. There we go. Change that to espionage to 1. There we go. Lock that there. Lower the officers to about 3.5. And then put that up to 4. Okay. So, as you can see, these guys here, airborne infantry, marine infantry, actually, marine infantry won't be an issue for the time being. Airborne will be. So we'll put marine down to the bottom, and we'll continue our research and technology improvements that way. Okay, so that's how things are looking at the moment. So you can see now what I did obviously is a little bit of an organisation when it came to the armies. So you can see here all the armies actually now being sorted out. Now some of these are not yet organised because they were recently deployed into those particular areas, but if you look under here you can see the West broken down into all its various areas. You can see obviously the West also has some airplanes and a few panzer divisions directly reporting to them, but after that comes the 2nd Army, the 4th Army, and then obviously the Army Group now. So yeah, that should be the 1st Army reporting to the 1st Army Group, like so. There we go. So that's how it should be. So let's just check. Mr. 1st Army Group, I think where can we put him? Is there a middle point that we can put our boy? Or should we let's put him in Berlin. So we're going to strategically redeploy the Army Group Commander. And he is going to move up towards Berlin. So, essentially, as I'm about to sneeze, again, chew. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strategic Phlegm Ejection, courtesy of Chadtopia and myself, obviously. Whew. Oh, wow, that blew my socks off. So, the first army group. Now, obviously, what you do is you have your first army group, and this army group here has the first army, this army. Let's just check our organisation here. Fourth army and the second army. So that's pretty much this area. Now, East only has this group here, but it's got these. So this is basically the army group. Herej Grape A. I'm sure the wonderful Palmsky will correct my pronunciation. And we'll have a word with him on TeamSpeak at some point, so I can actually get my German pronunciation correct. Because obviously this is rather a sort of emotive time period, and I don't really want to piss anybody off in that respect. Okay, so where were we? We were looking at our army groups, weren't we? There we go. So you got the third army, which is over here. We've stopped at, yeah, because we've run out of diplomatic influence, yeah, as expected. So Königsberg is controlled by the Third Army. The Sixth Army is going to be pushing towards Poland. And obviously the Seventh Army is sort of covering that midpoint between the two. So there's our organisation now. Unfortunately, we've got additional forces, Luftwaffe forces. There we go, we've stopped our diplomatic influence. So, we might need to change that. See, diplomacy's at 6. We need that. So, let's see. So now we're in the process of researching all of that now. There we go. So we've stopped our diplomatic influence on them. Let's have a look at them. Switzerland is drifting towards Comintern. That's a bit of a worry. That's why, because it's been influenced. The Norwegians are drifting towards the Allies. What? Finland's drifting towards the Axis. Good. And these guys, Comintern, Sweden. That's why, because the bloody Soviet Union is influencing them. So we got to wait for a while until we get more of that influence back again. So that's what we got to wait on. Hopefully we won't lose Sweden. Oh, there we go. Light tank engine advance, good. And chemical engineering advance, which is good stuff as well. So let's have a look. Technology. So as you can see, airborne infantry, medium tank, aircraft carrier, large bombing stuff, single engine airframes, encryption machine. Okay. So these two down here. Now these things actually help you research efficiency. See, so I want to be able to get those as quickly as I can. See, 1941. I've got to get that one before I can get that one, which makes sense. Makes sense to me. Anyway, production is continuing. February the 25th, just in time for the Austrian Anschluss. So, which means we can dump loads of forces in that area, which will be nice. Might dump most there and some here, so that some can move in and some can do that, like the arrows that I've drawn on the map, because that's what's called planning ahead, boys and girls, planning ahead. So we caught 5 spies. Good for us. And let's have a look at politics. So currently our population, oh, look at that, spies, over 1,700 spies, and our popularity is at 53%. But then, you know, what can you say? So there we go. Minister of Security. Yeah, he's okay. So we'll leave that at the moment. Okay. Okay. So we've got the 3-year draft continuing. And we don't need to mobilise as of yet. I guess the only mobilisation will be required will be before Poland, which should be around September, October 1939. So, production continues apace, but not enough apace as far as I'm concerned. So you can see these are actually strategic resources, ball bearings at Schweinfurt, which is where the dam busters, they burst those dams to try and take out that ball bearing. And then horses, very helpful, and aluminium, which is nice. Okay, all excellent rocket science. Now, I'm wondering if I could build... Oh, I can. A rocket test site. Here we go. Let's put a rocket test site in Berlin. And then, let's see. Hanover? Really? Oh, it was Hanover. Oh, God, I'm an idiot. Oh, what the hell, it'll be Hanover. Let's put it in Hanover. So there's Berlin, yeah. So we'll put it in Hanover. Home of the Hanoverians, George I, etc., etc. Now, the Swiss. Okay. Currently, we have only one diplomatic influence. So, if we go to technology and we reduce, put that up, lock it there. That should bring that level back up. Oh, look at that. Nuclear physics to level 2. Good. So, technology. Let's see how things go. There's all this training here. All this learning. It's fantastic, isn't it? Look at this. Thank you, Mr. Autosave. Right. Massive educational investment, which is good. So, officers still at 140%. We might, whoops, be able to afford to put that down a little bit. So there, I think. And actually put this one down to about 1.5. There we go. Lock that in. We'll put that there. Okay, so time continues to tick. Inefficient research. Yeah, as you can see, all this stuff that we're doing means it'll take longer in some aspects, but cancel trade, light tank armor advance, good. Let's go to technology again. Okay. See, aircraft carrier technology 1918. Yowzers. Airborne infantry over here 1941. Oh, sorry, no. Airborne infantry here, 1939. Interesting. So, let's put aircraft carrier up to the top, I think. And let's look at production. Keep those guys happy. Descent is currently at 0. National unity is at 92%. Okay. Right, so it looks like we've now got some troops available to deploy, which we have. The Panzer Division. Let's deploy them there. Who's this? Oh no, they're gone. So, We're going to have to reorganise those guys, but we don't need to worry about it for the time being, as the production is continuing. So, let us see. Now, let's switch off these things for a second. So, at this current moment, you can see, let's focus predominantly on... No, can't go in there. I thought we could reclaim the Sudetenland already, but we can't. There's Prague, or Praha, as they would call it. Okay, so... Diplo. It's time to Diplo it up. Influence. And influence. There we go. So we're going to influence both of those nations to drift towards us. Ireland, Belgium, yeah. Greece. Look at all these guys. Yugoslavia drifting towards us. Bulgaria, Lithuania, Albania, Latvia, Poland. Oh, that'd be helpful. Romania. Okay, so we're now using diplomatic influence on Switzerland and Norway. Sorry, not Norway, the other place. Yeah, Denmark probably. Those guys over there. So, it's quite good. Look at all that. See, I don't understand why the Danes would put the capital there when it's like it's just a section off from the largest amount of land here. But I suppose because these are all plains, woods, maybe. I don't know. I'm not 100% certain. I'm curious. I'm going to have to look into the history of Denmark. That's actually quite interesting. If there are any Danes who are watching who can actually tell me that, that would be helpful to know. Oh, God. I'm sorry, I do have a little bit of a sniffle at the moment, guys, which is why I probably sound rather nasal, more nasal than usual, as I am generating phlegm at a phenomenal rate today. Okay. So, as you can see, nothing lost. Strategic overview. Theatres. So, you can see here... Let's go to these guys. There we go. They're in a defensive stance. They want 5 tank brigades. And these guys towards France want 5 tank brigades as well. See? Everybody wants tanks. Everybody wants the tanks. That's the trouble. When you're in charge, you just get no tanks. Yeah, sorry. Okay. So, let's see if we go into those theatres and build those 2 as well. What is that? Go to Harbour. Oh. Really? Okay. Okay, well, there you go. So, that has been this week's Hearts of Iron 3. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. And the continuation towards war continues, looking at February 1938. Oh, Shanxi has now been annexed by Japan. There we go. So Japan has conquered parts of China and Mongolia. Now, you can see February 1938, if we look at production... That's when all these guys are going to be ready. End of February, February 25th. So the end of this month, we're going to have loads of these guys turn up. And then what we also need to do is put those guys up to the top as well. So, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That has been your Hearts of Iron 3 for this week. So it's a bit late. Hope you've enjoyed. We'll see you next time.